Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, it's June. It's time to look at May in Santa Cruz County. How'd that marketplace do?
Well, there was some interesting things we're going to try to attempt. We're going to try to attempt. Look at that English. We are going to look at three things:
Okay.
prices, new listings, sale to list price. So it sounds like a similar story of the past couple of months, but these are just the really important parts of a market that is increasing,
Okay.
increasing. I mean, not to give it away, but here
Yes,
we go.
quite
Yeah.
so.
So yeah, you said surprise me. Well, here we are, $1.3 million, Mark. So 3.6% increase from April to May,
Okay.
third straight month of increased prices. This is an all-time high, another all-time high for Santa Cruz. We saw it in neighboring Santa Clara and San Mateo counties. So definitely very high prices in the Bay Area. But I mean, even just since January, right? Look at that price appreciation. It has been significant. I mean,
How did that translate over to the cities? Yeah, here are the cities.
yeah, I mean, because it really did depend on where you were. And we said
Okay.
this in Santa Clara and San Mateo too, because it was varied, right? But it just, where it was big, it was big. The coastal communities carrying the rest of the county this
Right.
month, the increases that were pretty substantial. Capitola, that's an all-time high, not even close. I mean, usually I'm like, maybe it was an all-time high, just because, there wasn't some sneaky number in 2012 that I didn't check, but it's not even close. It was high. SoCal, gosh, a range we haven't seen since 2018. Santa Cruz looks like an all-time high. See there, and back to that questioning, I think so. Watsonville too. I'm pretty sure that was an all-time high. So Aptos was down, but came off an all-time high in
Okay.
April. So generally speaking, when you're comparing April, which was also a strong month, to May, here's what we saw. But that coastal, right, with the
And
exception
Scotts
of
Valley,
Aptos.
San Lorenzo Valley, Ben Lomond, Boulder Creek, Mount Herman, they had a strong Q1.
And it's
So,
by 2%, right? So we're talking about
yeah.
$20,000, $30,000. So it's just, it's all really big. It's just when you're looking month over month, you think, wow, could May really exceed April? And the answer is yes in some of these cities. Also in the common interest, I think this was a hit last year. So, I mean, last month. So we're going to keep it. And here we see also 3 months of gains, 13%, well, nearly 13% from April to May. Also an all-time high price. So both markets in May, all-time in Santa Cruz County, which means it's tough out there on the buyers. I mean, if you look at it by city, this is common interest. You can see here, I think Watsonville's an all-time high price. So I think that might have been both the single family and common interest markets. Whatever's happening in the Santa Cruz part of Watsonville is pretty far out. Santa Cruz too, I believe. So that might have happened in both markets.
Okay.
Aptos, again, coming off an all-time high last month. So this is the second highest price all the time. So we're looking at still, well, Scotts Valley has been a little bit volatile. But otherwise, we're just, wow, it's pretty amazing, right? What's happened in those prices. And the thing that differs in Santa Cruz County from some of the other counties is that new listings actually exceeded April, right? So this is,
Continue to
the
rise.
time of year you might see, with the exception of last year, it was weird because the pandemic got disrupted on the cycle and things. But if you look at, many years past, you could say, oh, well, March, April, May, so when we start to see things decline. But this is 4 months of increases, nearly 16% increase from April, and a higher number of new listings in any month in the last couple of years, right? So the buyers have some choice. There's clearly some sellers wanting to take advantage of these stats and putting homes on the market. And here you can see we're only Felton. If you can find Felton and Freedom, you get Felton. Yeah, and so it wasn't by much, right? So it's really strong out there.
Last time we talked about the open houses coming back to our life again, right? So maybe we're getting some of those homes, those new homes, because the open house is now available to them, and they can start showing.
Maybe they feel more comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
Santa Cruz, haven't seen this many new listings since the summer of 2018. Aptos at 44, that's the most we've seen since April of 2018. Watsonville since 2017. I mean, there's something. I don't know if it's the open houses, but there's something. It may just be the prices, right? I mean, if you're going to sell your home, even in common interest, it was down a little bit, right, in terms of new listings, but that tends to put upward pressure on prices. 43 new listings in the county. That's down from 59 in April. So overall, common interest market with fewer listings, but maybe that's how you get that all-time high
Yeah, I was gonna
price, right?
say.
I mean, one's a lagging indicator, and we try to keep these videos short, so I won't go on and on, but, there's correlation, right, between what's available
Right.
and what the prices are. And so that's why these weeklies are so important, Mark, because this is week ending 605, right? So just a week, 5 days ago. But, look at that. So
Yeah.
last
See,
week we
I looked at
trended
it and had to catch my breath. when I saw
Well,
this.
we trended lower, right? So
Yeah.
Santa Cruz had fewer total sales, all classes, new listings. Okay, I need to get my baby. Fewer total new listings last week than in the last 2 years. So you're starting to say, hey, fewer new listings, that means less choice. That means potentially higher prices. Not sure. So, you have to just be aware of that. And that's why these weeklies are so critical, Mark, because you
These were
get to
June
see.
weeklies, not the May numbers we've been looking at.
Right. These
Yeah.
are, well, this starts into June, right? So the
Yeah.
weeklies are great. I love
Yeah.
these. It's available every Tuesday morning on Pro, the Aculist Weekly. Yeah, check it out because, this is where we're going to see kind of what's happening. And people are saying, I feel like the market's softening. Is the market softening? Well, we're not seeing it in the data so much right now, but we did see a little bit of decline in the sale to list price ratio. Santa Clara County held, San Mateo County went down a little bit. We see it maybe a little. So slight decline, but that was an all-time high of 108. So 107 is still pretty high and over 100% in the county for almost a year now, right? With all-time high prices too. So that's very competitive. We don't have to tell the people there in Santa Cruz. Very competitive. If you look month over month, it's a little mixed. So it really depends on where you are, where you were. 105 there, Boulder Creek. So we're still seeing over 100. Watsonville up in price and sale to list price ratio. Santa Cruz as well. Los Gatos down in sale to list, but up in price a little bit. So, Mount Hermon 3 sales. So keep that in mind. But in general, you seem to get it on one end or the other, right? The price or the sale to list. Also with, as we transition here to common interest, the county is at 105%, which I think is an all-time high sale to list price ratio for common interest market in Santa Cruz. 105, yeah, up from 103 in April, 9 consecutive months of 100% or more. So both the single family and common interest markets, very competitive. And like I said, we don't need to tell the people there that,
Yeah.
but it's what's happening, right? So we'll be back. The big questions about the cycle, we need another 30 to 60 days to know that, but we'll keep watching. We'll be back in July to talk about June. And we'll see if these prices can continue or new listings decline. Maybe we'll transition to closed sales or something. But we'll keep it interesting and be back to talk about it.
Wonderful. Michelle, thank you very much for bringing us the numbers every month and keeping us informed. Greatly appreciated. Have a good month. We'll see you in July.
Make sure to check out our Pro Support page for additional videos on a full range of topics. And don't forget to click that subscribe button on our MLS Listings YouTube page.